Alright, so the mean value theorem, the first thing I want to do is I want to plug in my endpoint so I can find the slope. So the square root of 2 times 3 plus 3 is 3. And when I plug in 11, square root of 2 times 11 plus 3 turns out to equal 5. And so my slope is going to be 5 minus 3, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which turns out to be 2 over 8 or 1 over 4. Now I'm going to take the derivative of 2x minus 3 to the 1/2 power. So the derivative is, using the chain rule, 1/2 times 2x minus 3 to the negative 1/2 times 2. And that 2 can cancel. So I got 1 over 2x minus 3 to the 1/2 equals 1 over 4. So I'm going to cross multiply. That gets multiplied over there, that gets multiplied over there. So 4 equals 2x minus 3 to the 1/2 power. Square both sides, so that cancels. So 16 equals 2x minus 3. Add 3. 19 equals 2x. Divided by 2. X equals 9.5, and 9.5 is in my interval, so that is my answer. Alright, for this problem we need to find the equation of the tangent line. So I know most of the information because I have the point. I just need to know the slope. So in order to get the slope, I'm going to take the derivative, and the derivative of 12 is 0. The derivative of y squared is 2y prime, and for this one we're going to have to do the product rule. So the derivative of 4x is 4, the derivative of y is y prime, multiply these two together and these two together in whichever order you want. So we got plus 4xy prime plus 4y. Alright, at this point in time I can just plug in the numbers. So anywhere I see a y I can put a 2, and anywhere I see an x I can put a 1. That's still a plus sign. 4 times 1 times y prime plus 4 times 2. So 4y prime plus 4y prime plus 8. So subtract off the 8, and 4y prime plus 4y prime is 8y prime divided by 8, and y prime equals negative 1. And remember, our point originally was 1, 2. So y minus 2 equals negative 1, x minus 1, because that goes here, and that goes there, and the slope is a number that is out in front. Alright, so this particle is moving from 0 to 10. So first thing I want to do is I want to find where this is equal to 0. And since I can't do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into y1, plug this into y2, and find the zeros in between 0 and 10. Alright, and so I got this point and I have this point, and so I'm going to find the intersection. You could have also used the quadratic formula. And my first t is 0.267, and my second t is, when I guess over here, I get t equals 3.73. So now that I have my points, I'm going to do from 0 to 0.267, from 0.267 to 3.73, and from 3.73 until 10. So I'll use 0.1, 1, and 4. Plug them back into the original. This was positive and then negative. This one over here is positive. So increasing means right, decreasing means left, and increasing means to the right. Those are the positive and negative directions. Alright, so I need to find the acceleration equation. So I take the derivative. Derivative of t squared is 2t. Derivative of negative 4t is negative 2t. And that's the acceleration. So for part C, I'm going to take this and set it equal to 0. So 2t is equal to 4. So t is equal to 2. So we're going to go from 0 to 2, and from 2 to 10, and plug it back into here. So when I plug in 1, I get a negative, and when I plug in 3, I get a positive, which means that there the velocity is decreasing, and here the velocity is increasing. Alright, so for this next one, when we want to find the position, I'm going to take the antiderivative. And the antiderivative t squared is 1/3 t cubed plus 2t squared plus t plus c. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in, they told us that at 2, the position would be at 10. So 10 equals 1/3 times 2 cubed plus 2 times 2 squared plus 2 plus c, and I'm going to put all of that into my calculator. So this is 10 equals 12.67 plus c. Subtract the 12.67, and c equals negative 2.67. So my equation is s of t equals 1/3 t cubed plus 2t squared plus t minus 2.67. And then finally, the last part says find the position at t equals 1. So plug in 1 anywhere you see anything. That's a t. And so when you get that answer, that's the final one. And the answer is negative 0.337. And that's it for this video.